Welcome back to the show. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find another organization here in our community that is more important to people than the United Way. And I'm joined by the president and the CEO of United Way East Ontario. Michael Allen joins us. Michael, how are you? It's great to see you.
It's great to see you, Derek. Thank you for having me on. And before we get underway, listen, it's great to have you back. I'd forgotten how energetic you are and how what a great champion you are for our community. And the two previous guests have got me excited about going to other things now. So welcome back. Great to have you.
Oh, thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate it. And, the part of what United Way does is it celebrates people, and you've recently handed out some Community Builder Awards. Tell us about those awards, and they were particularly special, Michael.
Well, Derek, first of all, you know of this award because you've been one of our honorees before as well. And it's because of people like you and those that we celebrated who really contribute to making communities stronger, our community stronger. And now, of course, we span right across the Ottawa Valley through Renfrew and Lanark counties, as well as Prescott Russell and here in Ottawa. But on this occasion, we celebrated the work of our four medical officers of health, Dr. Vera Etches here in Ottawa, Dr. Paul Remy Leotis, Dr. Robert Cushman, and Dr. Paula Stewart, the four individuals that you see before you. But the thing that we recognize them for was not for their leadership around the public health challenges that we faced. They probably deserve that recognition as well because they have been remarkable leaders in this regard. But for us, it was about the social justice that they championed, the
Right.
disadvantages that people in our community had because of their race or their age or their gender. And there were remarkable differences, the way people experienced COVID, that they underscored and really helped us address. And we are counting on them as allies as we enter into a recovery.
Yeah, speaking of recovery, Michael, I want to talk about the Economic Recovery and Inclusive Growth Summit. This is something that's incredibly important to United Way and of course, to the community.
Yeah, Derek, and thank you for raising it. And so, one of the things that we realized, we knew before coming into the pandemic, but even realized more painfully during the pandemic, that certain groups of people, racialized communities, Indigenous peoples, young people, that they didn't weather the storm as well as others. People in low economic circumstances had a pandemic rate that was twice that of those in the rest of the community.
Right.
Children, like you see in front of you, lost significant amounts of their educational experience and really are at a real deficit. And so we are at a point now where City Hall just approved a almost $3 billion investment in a new hospital. The LRT is another $4 or $5 billion. Those are generational investments that are being made, and our hope is that we might see some of that success translated into job opportunities in terms of investment, business opportunities for some of those disadvantaged groups that have been excluded up to now, so that the next time we go through this challenge, they will be better included. We've got some time on our hands to make that happen, but these are things that we feel are real opportunities in this moment of awareness and in this moment of unprecedentedly significant economic investment.
Well, you mentioned youth there as well, Michael, and that's something that I know the United Way East Ontario puts a lot of concentration on. And when we look at the learning loss through the pandemic, and of course some of that academic achievement gap, that's something else that you're concentrating on as well, right?
Yeah, so you're right, Derek. And one of the earliest challenges we discovered was that it was difficult enough for almost any parent to get their child to participate in education online. And many lost their education opportunities, their learning loss, as you say. But there was a cohort of kids that didn't have that technology, didn't have broadband, didn't have the support at home to do that. And those kids lost much more than normal students. And so that is a focus for us to try and make up that lost ground, to focus on ensuring that they have the same opportunities as other kids to get back to a place where their education is keeping track and on track for their graduation.
Michael, just running short on time, but I want to mention that the fall campaign is underway. The best place to donate, I imagine, is online.
We're actually campaigning or raising and asking people to join us in our work all the time, Derek. But yes, online at unitedwayeo.ca is the best way to donate. For those who are old school, they can simply call us at 228-6700.
Excellent. Michael, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Derek. A pleasure as always.
Excellent. Don't go anywhere, because coming up next, we're talking tourism and a fantastic tourism experience from an Indigenous perspective. They got so many things planned. And if you recall that old Lone Star Ranch, they've taken over that location, and I couldn't think of a better spot. We'll be back with that right here on Daytime Ottawa.